Yeah? Oh, what do you want? Do you want food? Okay, okay.
This is the story of Arthur, an old, deaf dog who seemed forgotten by the world, yet somehow found the light of his life when he needed it most.
Look how short your legs are. The shortest legs in the whole business, right there.
He was old, deaf, and toothless, the kind of dog most people never even noticed. For nearly a year, not a single adoption application came in for him. Arthur had spent who knows how long wandering the streets of Tijuana. By the time rescue workers found him, his body was worn down, his fur matted, and his eyes carried a dull, distant look. He didn't resist when they picked him up. Maybe he didn't have the strength anymore, or maybe he had simply stopped expecting anything from life.
How are you even real? Like, look at that face. Look at that face.
At the shelter, days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. His profile stayed up, always there, always overlooked. Families came and went, drawn to the young, energetic dogs with bright eyes and wagging tails. Arthur stayed in the background, quiet and invisible. But one day everything changed. The moment she saw him, something clicked. She couldn't explain it, not really. He wasn't the cutest, he wasn't playful, he wasn't easy. But there was something in the way he looked at the world, or maybe the way he didn't, that reached her. She knew without a doubt that he was hers. In fact, those first days were hard. He didn't understand the quiet of a home. Silence scared him. A gentle touch startled him. Even kindness felt unfamiliar, like a language he had never learned. He flinched at the simplest movements, unsure of what was coming next.
Does anyone want to start a dog mom talk? Let me know.
At first, Arthur barely moved, but little by little, something inside him began to shift. He started inching closer. He began watching her, really watching, as if trying to figure her out. One night, he slowly rolled onto his back and stayed there, looking up at her with something new in his eyes. Trust. It was a small moment, but it meant everything. Arthur turned out to have his own quiet personality. During the day, he wandered through the house like a gentle old soul, exploring each room with calm curiosity. There was something almost dignified about him, like he carried years of untold stories in every step. But at night, that was when he softened. He would curl up close, pressing his body against hers, warm and steady. In those quiet hours, it felt like he was finally letting go of the fear he had carried for so long. Like he was saying in the only way he could, "I'm safe now." And then there was Ace. Ace, her blind dog, seemed to understand Arthur in a way no one else could. The two formed a bond that didn't need words or guidance. Ace didn't lead Arthur, and Arthur didn't depend on Ace. But together, they moved through the world with a kind of quiet understanding. Two old souls, each missing something, somehow making each other whole. Over time, she taught Arthur how to feel his way through life again. A soft tap on the shoulder meant wake up. A gentle touch on the chest meant let's go. A slow, reassuring stroke meant everything's okay.
Okay. It's right there next to it.
At first, he would startle awake, confused and tense. But then, as he began to recognize her touch, his body would relax. That moment when fear turned into calm never stopped being powerful. The vets estimated Arthur was somewhere between 15 and 18 years old. No one knew for sure. What they did know was that he didn't have forever.
Where were you? I didn't see it. You answered us. Oh, let me help. It smells too thick for...
And yet here he was, exploring, trusting, loving, living. Sometimes she would tear up just looking at him, especially on quiet nights when he rested beside her, breathing softly. It wasn't sadness, it was something deeper, a mix of gratitude, love, and a quiet kind of awe.
The editor. All 20 of them. See?
Arthur didn't need a perfect life, he just needed a chance. And maybe that's the part that stays with her the most. There are so many animals like him, older, overlooked, carrying scars you can't always see. They may not be the easiest choice. They may need more patience, more understanding, and sometimes more care than you expect. But they also have a way of giving back something that's hard to put into words. If you're ever thinking about adopting a pet, take a moment to look beyond the obvious. Don't just search for the youngest or the most playful. Sometimes the ones who've been waiting the longest are the ones with the most love left to give. Do your research, talk to shelters, ask questions, make sure you're ready not just for the easy moments, but for the quiet, challenging ones. If Arthur's story touched your heart, go ahead and hit that like button, share this with someone who loves animals as much as you do, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this. Thanks for being here with us.
This is perfect. This is perfect. We just made a days, but never picture. You're not helping, buddy. Here we go.